Civil War collectible channel. My name is Steve Munson, and I am the Civil War guru. The day we have in here for evaluation is a wonderful Kentucky rifle. And this is just not any Kentucky rifle. This is a Kentucky-made Kentucky rifle. In Kentucky there were several builders. This particular gun was built by Mike Sales of Augusta, Kentucky. Now, Augusta, Kentucky was a river town. It was founded around 1780. And also, there's a footnote of that. If any of you folks out there remember the TV series The Centennial, and that was about 1978-79, they had a mini-series about the birth of the United States. They filmed the St. Louis scene at Augusta, Kentucky. Augusta, Kentucky is built right on the river. It has probably 70-80% of the original buildings there. And actually the building that this gun was made in is still there. Alright, now let's get back to the gun. This particular gun, again, was made by Michael Sales. And Sales made rifles in Augusta from 1827 to 1860. And he would mark the dates on them. This particular gun is marked on top of the barrel, 1851. It has a wonderful tiger stripe maple stock. I'm going to get kind of lean in over here. It has a great set of triggers, and these are set triggers. You have your set between the, you always cock the back trigger to set it, and then it releases on the front when you pull the hammer back. The lock was supplied by Tyler and Davison Company of Cincinnati, Ohio, and that was very common for the gun makers to buy locks, triggers, and different hardware for the Kentucky rifles. And being only 40-50 miles away from Augusta was Cincinnati, so it's very convenient. It has a full stock, again, tiger stripe maple, which goes to the end of the barrel. The barrel, this is actually a short gun. It's approximately 40 caliber. It has a 33.5-inch barrel. Has a single screw lock. The lock is held on with one screw, and that's pretty typical of the 1850s period. And we're going to roll it over where you can see. We'll get the cameraman to get some close-ups of the lock and the back of it. And you also see the marking. The marking is on top of the gun is in a triangle pattern. You have M Sales going up one side, and then down the other side you have Augusta, and then across the bottom you have Kentucky. So this is a real rare maker. And they supplied guns to folks going to St. Louis. And this was probably headed toward the plains because it's a shorter gun. You know, inherently they would have the longer guns for squirrels and rabbits, but when they went out west they would shorten the barrels because they would carry them on horseback. And of course in the picture you can see we have a couple of powder horns of the period, and we have the bullet mode for it, which has the round ball and also has the pointed projectile. So this is a real fine grade Kentucky rifle for the rifles that are made in Kentucky. Most guns that are made in Kentucky, they're not really elaborate as far as patch boxes and different inlays. They're pretty basic because they were utilitarian. They were made for use, not to look at. And again, this is condition is really wonderful on this. And that kind of drives the price. This gun, we'll appraise it today for $2,000 to $2,500. It's a real rare gun and hard to find, seldom seen. But it's one of the top Kentucky makers of Kentucky rifles. So the cameraman here will get in here and get a couple good shots of it, close-ups of it. So from the Civil War guru, have a great day.